The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sands of Egypt in hues of blood orange. Beneath a sky heavy with stars, a lone boat glides along the Nile. Inside, bathed in flickering torchlight, sits a woman. Her gaze, sharp and unwavering, pierces the darkness. This is Alexandria, the jewel of the ancient world, and she is its most precious jewel, Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Welcome to this cinematic docu-thriller where ancient mysteries meet modern marvels. Today, let's dive deep into the enigmatic world of Cleopatra. Join us as we unveil the secrets of her life, her loves, and her legendary demise. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we bring you the most thrilling tales from human history. So buckle up and get ready for an adventure back in time. As the daughter of King Ptolemy XIII, Cleopatra was no ordinary princess. Unlike her Macedonian Greek ancestors, who had little regard for Egyptian customs, Cleopatra embraced her dual heritage. Fluent in 9 languages, she immersed herself in Egyptian culture, a rarity among her Ptolemaic kin. When her father died, Cleopatra found herself thrust into the perilous world of Ptolemaic politics, sharing power with her younger brother, Ptolemy VIII. But their reign was far from a fairy tale. Ancient Egypt was a land of splendor and intrigue, a place where the line between God and man was blurred and power was the ultimate aphrodisiac. However, it was also a world of violence and betrayal. Despite Cleopatra's efforts to rule wisely, her brother's advisors, including the cunning Achilles, sought to undermine her, accusing her of inappropriate relations with her father's former advisor, Pothinus. They engineered a plot to have Cleopatra assassinated. Fearing for her life, Cleopatra fled to her sister's sanctuary only to find refuge denied. Branded a traitor, Cleopatra found herself branded a traitor. She had no choice but to escape, setting her sights on gathering allies and assembling a loyal army. Among her supporters was Pompey, a skilled general who remained loyal to her despite his own misgivings about their unconventional relationship. With Pompey by her side, Cleopatra assembled a formidable force, laying siege to the royal palace. For 7 years, the city suffered under the siege, with both sides inflicting terrible casualties. It was a stalemate, a deadlock of death. Then came a glimmer of hope. A delegation from Rome arrived, bringing with them the esteemed Roman general Julius Caesar. Caesar, one of the most influential figures of his time, had come to mediate the conflict. Yet little did he know the true depths of Cleopatra's allure. Their first meeting was nothing short of legendary. According to Plutarch, Cleopatra, anxious to impress the famous Roman, devised a grand entrance. Disguised in a carpet, she was smuggled into Caesar's chambers. When the ruse was discovered, it only served to emphasize Cleopatra's resourcefulness and charm. Caesar, captivated by her intelligence and beauty, immediately sided with Cleopatra, declaring her the rightful ruler of Egypt. Together, they brought peace to Alexandria and formed a political alliance that shook the foundations of the ancient world. Cleopatra was not just a pretty face. Behind her exotic allure lay a brilliant strategist and a shrewd politician. Her union with Caesar produced a son, Caesarion, securing a future heir to the throne of Egypt. After Caesar's untimely assassination, Cleopatra skillfully navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics, siding with Mark Antony, Caesar's designated heir. Their alliance proved beneficial, granting Antony much-needed support during his power struggle with Caesar's assassins. But there was more to their relationship than mere strategy. Their bond deepened into a passionate love affair, defying societal norms and geographical boundaries. Cleopatra and Antony exchanged heartfelt love letters, each word a testament to their deep affection and admiration. Yet their romance was a scandal, a forbidden love that raised eyebrows in the austere halls of Roman power. While Antony doled out land to Cleopatra, calling it the New Kingdom, Rome's elite scoffed. They saw Cleopatra as a dangerous temptress, a threat to the stability of Rome itself. To make matters worse, Cleopatra and Antony's combined armies faced a formidable foe, Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir. What followed was the Battle of Actium, a clash of titans that would decide the fate of the Roman world. On the eve of the battle, Antony and Cleopatra prepared for war, issuing orders and readying their forces. But beneath the bravado, fear lurked. Cleopatra, ever the pragmatist, realized the hopelessness of their situation. Her fleet outnumbered, her forces depleted, her allies wavering. She urged Antony to flee, to save himself if possible. But Antony was resolute, unwilling to abandon his beloved and his kingdom. He chose to stay, to fight to the bitter end. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, the tide of war turned against them. Octavian's fleet was victorious. Antony, realizing the gravity of defeat, made a fateful decision. He plunged his sword deep into his own heart, ending his life on his own terms, rather than surrender to his rival. As news of Antony's death reached Cleopatra, she was grief-stricken, but resolute. She refused to accept the reality of her lover's demise, clinging to hope against all odds. Undaunted, she penned a letter to Octavian, proposing a meeting. The stakes were high. Cleopatra offered her submission, but only if her vast fortune was spared. Octavian agreed, unaware of the trap that awaited him. He entered her chamber expecting submission, but what he found was betrayal. Cleopatra, having learned of Antony's demise, had taken her own life rather than endure capture. Legends abound regarding her final moments, with some claiming she used a venomous snake to end her life. The truth remains shrouded in mystery, lost to the annals of time. Yet amidst the tragedy, Cleopatra's legacy lived on. Her story was immortalized by historians like Plutarch, ensuring that her name echoed through the ages. As the last pharaoh of Egypt, Cleopatra symbolized the end of an era. She embodied the fading grandeur of the Egyptian Empire, a kingdom that once stretched from the Euphrates to the Nubian desert. But her story was more than just a tale of lost kingdoms. It was a testament to the complexities of power, love, and loss in the ancient world. Her story is a reminder that even in the face of insurmountable odds, one can choose their own destiny. In the global context of the 1st century BC, Cleopatra reigned supreme. Her Egypt was a beacon of cultural richness, a melting pot of Greek and Egyptian traditions. At the height of her power, her navy dominated the Mediterranean, controlling vital trade routes and projecting military might across the eastern basin. Her influence extended to the shores of Greece and the heart of the Levant. Cleopatra's Egypt was a bulwark against the encroaching Roman Republic, a barrier that Rome would eventually breach, culminating in the Battle of Actium. The fall of Cleopatra marked the end of an era, the final chapter in the book of ancient Egyptian sovereignty. Yet her story is more than just a footnote in history. It's a vibrant tapestry of ambition, love, and loss, woven against the backdrop of a changing world. As we reflect on Cleopatra's life and times, we are reminded of the ephemeral nature of power and the enduring legacy of love. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, left an indelible mark on history. Her story serves as a potent reminder of the fleeting nature of power and the enduring strength of the human spirit. As the last pharaoh, she personified the end of an era, the final chapter in the book of ancient Egyptian sovereignty. But her story transcends the confines of time. It's a timeless tale of ambition, love, and loss, a narrative that continues to captivate the world centuries after her death. Her life and tragic demise offer a glimpse into a world long gone, a world of pharaohs and pyramids, of gods and mortals. It's a world that seems distant yet strangely familiar, a world where the echoes of history still resonate today. The story of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, is a story for all time. It's a story of ambition and power, of love and loss, and ultimately a story of survival in the face of overwhelming odds. It's a story that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can triumph. And so, as we bring this episode to a close, we invite you to join us on our next journey into the past. We've barely scratched the surface of history's greatest tales, and we want you to be part of it. Hit that subscribe button and become part of our community of history enthusiasts. Together, we'll explore more ancient mysteries and fallen empires. You won't want to miss it. Until then, remember Cleopatra, the last pharaoh whose legend lives on.